Welcome to another episode of the 8th Hour Podcast, where we discuss cannabis and the culture surrounding it. I'm your host, Nick, and today I'm joined by Cris, Will, and Sitt. On this episode, the Game of Thrones Endgame hype is real, but we're going to contain ourselves till the end of the podcast. We take a look at the Nasal Ranger from St. Croix Sensory, Inc., and then we find out why China is so pissed at Canada. This is the 8th Hour. What up?
Yo, ooh, what a crazy, emotional ass weekend, bro.
Dude.
After watching Endgame on Thursday night, the premiere, and then fucking Game of Thrones.
No, bro, I watched Endgame at like 3:30 on Sunday. And then
PM?
as soon as I got home at like 7, I put on Game of Thrones.
That's back to back. That's too much. That's too much in one day, dude.
I'm still picking up my brain from the floor.
That's pretty much how we did it too.
Yeah, too.
After I got out, it was like 3 a.m. out of Endgame on Thursday night. And I went home, I was like, my mind was just running. I was like, fuck, I can't sleep. So I started researching all these like what if, explanation videos. And I was like, I need to know what's going on, dude.
Yeah.
I need to know, dude.
I did the same, like find like
crazy.
theories and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Nerdist, place to go.
And then you, what about you? How did you like? That shit was fucking like...
Oh man, I don't even know what to say about it without spoiling stuff. It was just so damn good. It was just so damn good. I think for sure, for me anyways, the Endgame hype was a little bit like overshadowed by the Game of Thrones stuff, just because the Game of Thrones thing was like
never seen
that, and it was like in the same way. They were both years of build up to that moment.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. For me anyways, the Game of Thrones, like, I felt like it was more intense for a longer period of time, where the Endgame thing was kind of like you had that good 30 minutes of just like crazy shit, and like
Sid didn't watch it yet, so that's all the detail we can give.
Hey, but remember we talked about how much money would this movie make for the first week?
Yeah.
And will it ever beat? It
broke
did.
everything. Yeah.
How much?
13 bill. It's 11 zeros and 13. How many? Is
No,
that,
it's 1.3 billion.
1.3. Okay.
It's 1.3 billion right now.
In the first weekend?
First weekend.
Yeah, it's insane. Broke all records.
Billion, yeah.
Holy shit.
We'll see if it beats.
Broke what every show ever exists in this entire world. Like.
We'll see if it beats Avatar though. The 2.7 billion.
Oh, total? I know a bunch of my homies already watched it twice. Like, I was like, God damn, you guys are crazy. I haven't seen it yet. Like, fuck.
Oh man, you gotta see it, dude.
Yeah, can't wait to talk about it at the end.
Man.
At the end.
But what we do want to get into right now is the smelloscope story.
Mm-hmm.
So the smelloscope thing, there's a new video on Vice that they did just a few days ago, actually, talking about this Nasal Ranger device. Did you guys see a whole bunch about this thing?
I just saw briefly what it was.
Yeah.
It looked kind of like a Squidward nose that was like
Like a dildo filter. That's what it looks
like a dildo for your nose.
Yeah.
Bro.
What do you call that thing that people speak into when they press
A
the
megaphone.
button?
Megaphone.
You know how it has that like trumpet look, the flare?
Mm.
It looks
Yeah.
like that but longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
kind of like mixed
it
with
looks
like
like an instrument more than a gun.
Yeah, explain to what it does.
So basically, I mean, this thing isn't for weed primarily, but Vice did the story to kind of show how it's being used for weed.
Mm-hmm.
But this company, St. Croix Sensory, they make like they have a lab where they make equipment to measure smells for like commercial purposes. So work sites and stuff like that, if there's like chemicals in the air and that kind of bullshit, these are the guys who would make the devices that would ultimately be sold to OSHA or whatever if they came through and checked your facility to see if you had some bad shit going on or, you know, bad shit in the air.
Yeah.
So
if it's too stinky.
right, if it's too stinky or toxic or whatever. So these guys made this thing, and you point it at much like the Futurama deal. Professor Farnsworth has the thing.
Yeah, I saw that.
The smelloscope.
You point this thing at what you want to smell, and you change the little dial thing, and it has like different little filters on it. And depending on what part of the dial you detect the smell at, that tells you how high it is on the scale. And they were saying that it goes from like 2 to 500, and if anything above 15 is supposed to be like a obnoxious or bad for you
Illegal
or whatever.
or-
Yeah, overcoat.
So those filters on the dial, they won't let the smell through if it's not strong enough. So like, let's say you're
Correct.
on filter like 15, but your smell's at 14, you won't be able to smell that then.
Right. Now I don't know if it's like you don't smell it until you get to a certain one, or if it's like you're trying to find the cutoff or something like that.
I feel like it's probably, if you can still smell it at a dangerous level, then it's no. But anything under it should be okay, right?
Yeah.
So they're
So-
saying 15 is
yeah.
like their scale
Yeah.
for the
Yep.
middle ground.
Yeah, and like 2 was like almost ambient air. Like you couldn't really detect a smell just from being in that room or
Okay,
whatever.
okay.
But yeah, it does that through the front end, and then the filters on the side are supposed to eliminate anything from being pulled in. So it creates ambient air being mixed with the air that you're inhaling. So it's like the dial is ultimately diluting the ambient air to stinky air mixture, and I
Okay.
guess that's how they figured out like what the scale is
Okay.
of
That's crazy.
smelliness or
It's
whatever.
fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's super fucking crazy.
There's a magnifying dial as well to actually expand or close the capturing location. Because let's say you point this way.
Oh, like make it more wider or
Yeah.
narrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can magnify it. It's going.
So what's the purpose? Like why are they using it for cannabis?
So the reason they're using this for cannabis, I initially thought it was like some kind of testing for like cannabis cup or something like that, like the rates of stinkiness or whatever.
Oh, like a
But-
new category of
Right,
rating.
Right. But I guess what it's ultimately supposed to be for is like if you had a farm where you were growing a lot of cannabis and you were close to a
Resident area.
residential area, then they would use this thing to detect how stinky your farm is from like certain distance away or whatever, and they
Yeah.
would find out if you were up to code
For regulations and shit.
for regulations. Exactly. So this company is trying to now package and sell this thing as that kind of tool, and their hope is to become like a standard of regulation for states and stuff, which would ultimately make them a buttload of money.
And they want like cities and shit to buy
Yeah.
this product to like regulate. I feel like okay.
It's money game.
This is just the feds are just gonna use this to find fucking trap houses. That's exactly what they're gonna do with it. If
talk
I mean
about
that's
that,
kind
yeah.
of inefficient if you're using a smelloscope
Yeah.
to find trap
like
houses.
if they could just be like, if they don't have, say, usually when they raid a trap house is they have leads already. They already know what shit's going on.
Yeah.
But maybe they're just gonna start like fucking standing outside areas like cities where they know a lot of trap houses are, and they're just gonna like start sniffing it out. Like they don't even need canines anymore, dude. They just need that fucking this little.
They are training canines to not to forget cannabis
Yeah.
scent.
But I want to know, how do they know, like, how do they look for trap houses besides like seeing people like investigations and shit? Like maybe they're just gonna stand in front of houses, start one by one going down.
Well, I think the only way they do that now is like, if people report it
Yeah.
or if
Yeah.
they pass by, see something suspicious or
Well,
whatever.
True.
He says, where is your water meter and your electricity bill?
Electricity
true,
bill
yeah.
too,
If it's
yeah.
out of
But like, I don't think
normal.
the feds can just access your bills like that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, I mean, if they're suspicious, if they want to, they hit
They
up,
don't
like,
raid it
Edison.
unless they already like someone reports it, or they just see too much inactivity. But the power, like, it's just like no one ever lives in the house, but
One
there's
bedroom.
always cars in and out. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So who knows? But I don't know. Do you guys think it's a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know what.
I think it was
It's like-
meant to be for something else where they modified and to be able to.
They're trying to
adapt
get in
it-
on the
yeah,
cannabis booming
yeah.
industry.
Because what's the company called? Sensory.
It is St. Croix Sensory.
St. Croix. Okay, so what they do before all this happened was people send them air in the capsule, and they would test it for different cities, right? And they would keep report like how much pollution has been going on, blah blah.
Yeah.
But I probably wouldn't think it was them who actually even designed the cannabis filter. It's just the people in the industry, trying to like
Yes, it's like
make
somebody
quick
came up to
bucks
them.
and just want to come up with something like that's clever that just might be required soon. Because if it becomes a requirement for growers, right, that is probably not a bad idea to put a new law on top of it. Like, hey, if you within 10 miles radius of the residency, you have to control your shit within 5 unit of what the sentence.
I'm
Yeah.
just trying to figure out. Okay, when you want to open up a farm, right? When you want to
Yeah.
start a farm to grow,
full cultivation.
doesn't the city already tell you what the fuck you can do and like where you can start it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Like they already have
degree,
these
yeah, they
laws
already
in
have the
place.
plans and the land already planned out. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So it's
Yeah.
like, I don't fucking think they really need this thing. You know what
Well, I
I'm saying?
think the tool is just helping to regulate it some more. Because, like, right, like the city will check you during the whole
Setup and all
the
that
setup
shit, yeah.
process. But, like, once you're set up and maybe like 5 years down the line, they want to make
Mm.
sure that you're still complying.
Yeah. Yeah, personally, I think it's a good thing because, like, when we talked a few episodes back about the Colorado law, where it was like, what was it? The cops could use their own discretion.
Yeah.
If it was a situation where it was like smell-o-scope versus inspector just being like, nope, yep, I smell weed. I mean, it's a little bit. At least you have something to put on paper.
But that
you
means,
know?
okay, so that's completely different though, because that's
Yeah.
just traffic stop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just traffic stop, but it's not like you're trying to grow. I think what they're trying to look at is the growing, right? The regulation and shit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like actually traffic cops might actually need it more than fucking the farm. So who knows?
Because they did specifically say in the video that their intention is not for the police to use
I
the
feel like-
smell scope because it doesn't really tell them any information.
For sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
I felt like they were just saying that just so
To
people
cover-
don't fucking hate their ass.
No, because then what
You
are
know
you
what I'm
gonna
saying?
decide?
It's a narc.
It's like
It's becoming a narc weapon. That's
it's
what
like
it is.
how strong is the smell that you're smelling? That doesn't say that the person is high.
Or under
Yeah.
influence.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like it's a smelling device. You can't tell if a person is high or not.
Yeah.
So I
but
think
it would just like see if
So
they
it'd
have
be-
weed on them.
right. But I mean that doesn't really matter if you have
Yeah.
weed on you.
That's what I'm saying. So okay, then it's useless for cops too. Then
Yeah, it's useless for cops.
All right. So well, I mean, maybe we'll get one and see if it's depending on the price.
Yeah, I
I
don't
feel
know.
like it's gonna be fucking expensive.
You can pick them up. I wasn't able to figure out the price though, because it's one of those situations
Did they
where
email them and shit?
yeah, it says
Yeah.
contact
Then it's probably
us,
expensive.
but yeah, it's probably not cheap. And then it says also that they sell the filters in packs, so you can buy like the variety pack, or you can buy like the specific
Fuck.
ones.
They should just
and
work
They
on
didn't
some-
list that either.
Just quit making this device and go try to make smell-o-vision. Give me that instead. Fuck all this.
Or a legit smell-o-scope. Like,
yeah, dude.
what does space smell like? Fuck.
Or like yeah,
from
or
Futurama?
somehow I don't know how that would work. That means they would have a database of all the scents and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like if any company is going to bring you that kind of tech, though, in the next 20, 30 years,
Tesla.
it's going to be these guys.
Yeah.
'Cause
Tesla,
these-
bro.
The video of these guys, like aside from the Vice video, just their like introduction about what their lab is pretty funny,
Yeah.
because they're like they just smell stuff all day.
They're
so they've got
super
people-
serial, dude.
They're super serious. Yeah, they got these bowls and they
Yeah.
just make shit smell. Like they just add all these
Yeah,
food
yeah.
ingredients so it smells awful.
They were trying to replicate trash.
Yeah,
yeah.
trash smell, and then
Yeah.
they're
I
like
mean,
smelling
that's
it with
easy,
the
dude.
scope. They're like, oh no, it's not trashy enough.
Trash smoke. All you gotta do is get some
More
eggs,
beans.
get some fucking dog pee-pee pads, some milk, throw them in a bag, let it sit in the sun. There's your garbage right there.
Why
Yeah.
do they gotta make it? They just
That's
just
what I was
get their
trying to
trash.
I think they gotta.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You gotta just somehow extract that scent. But I don't know. Really, I'm not sciencey like that.
extract
but,
the
yeah.
scent.
I guess they were trying to.
That's the only
compare,
way smell-o-vision can work. A database of scents where they can signal your device to give you that certain scent and mix
That's
it together.
true.
That's the only
True,
thing I
yeah.
see it possible. Yeah.
It's pretty fun R&D though. They get to just go to Costco and like buy
Yeah.
whatever to make trash smell.
No, it's just for honestly. I want it just for like travel shows and shit like that, so you can smell what the fuck they're eating and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that would be sick.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to learn more about the Nasal Ranger or St. Croix, we have some links in the description below for the YouTube viewers. So you can check out kind of what their facilities look like and the videos I was talking about. But we're going to go ahead and get into our next topic, which is Hong Kong's black market for cannabis and why Hong Kong is blaming Canada.
Hong Kong, China.
All right, but before we get into that,
Spark it up.
we're gonna spark this thing up.
Speaking
do
of
it.
They
hot
beefing.
Chinatown trash, just kidding. It kind of segues into this topic. But yeah,
Speaking of weed,
so break
Yeah,
it down for us. Explain what this issue right now that's going on.
All right, so it was a real short article, but pretty substantial nonetheless. In the first quarter of 2019, Hong Kong Customs basically says they have seized over 300 pounds of cannabis already, which has an estimated street value of 30 million Hong Kong dollars. So 3.8 million in USD.
Okay.
That haul is 500% more of the 50 pounds of cannabis seized during the same period last year.
500% increase, ladies and gentlemen.
In a year. So they're pretty pissed off, and they're pointing the fingers at Canada because Canada has got so much.
They're the biggest legalized country.
Blame Canada.
Right.
Everything.
And
Just
there's
kidding.
all this talk about stocks being bought up all over Canada and stuff. Big businesses are throwing a lot of money around over there. So naturally, they're looking straight at them. So as a result, Hong Kong and China have begun screening the mail and shipments and stuff coming over from the U.S. and Canada like double time. Everything is doubled down, and they're freaking out because they don't want that going on.
Hell no, they don't. It's fucking China, dude. You can't have nothing over there, dude.
But it's popular because it's
Hell yeah.
so expensive. People can hustle it for
I know.
crazy money.
So right now, like a street level for like doo-doo weed, straight trash weed in Hong Kong or like China, it's like
Dub.
it's almost 40 a gram. Right?
Damn.
Almost $40 a gram for the garbage shit. So if you want that premium stuff out there, you need to, like some special ass plug, and it's probably gonna run you like $100, $200 even fucking for a gram.
Yeah.
For an eighth. Good luck, bro. It's gonna be so hard to get in. But I think right now these are the, you know how when everyone started legalizing, we're like there's gonna be a lot of like repercussions and all that shit. But it's not like in our own countries. The repercussions are hitting out of other countries that may not necessarily agree with all these cannabis laws and shit like that, especially in Asia. So I think it's kind of fucked up. But do you think China? What do you think China's gonna do if it keeps going up?
I don't know, man.
Like next year's like fucking double 1,000 pound or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I mean, if they really want to stop that shit, I could see them doing some pretty crazy stuff. I don't know if they'll start
In China,
enacting
dude?
death penalty for people that aren't citizens. I mean, maybe,
No, they can't do that
but I
for a
don't know.
non-citizen. But for a
Oh, yeah.
citizen, good luck, bro.
Because I think you're protected by your embassy.
Oh, that's
Yeah, you're
true.
protected by your embassy.
But they can still jail you for life.
They could
though,
jail
can't
you. They
Yeah.
could jail you, but you can get out. But if you were like a citizen,
International crime.
you go in
Yeah.
jail for a long time,
Yeah.
huge fines, or you're gonna get killed in death penalty.
Yeah. I don't really know how they look for people who send stuff out, though. I don't really know if they can seek any kind of action against them for sending stuff over to China, like
No, you can't
USPS
do
and
shit to anyone sending it. Like the most I can do is like if it's just like not too much weed, it's just a little bit. They're not gonna do shit. They're probably just gonna seize it.
Yeah.
But they might flag that address.
Yeah, exactly.
They're gonna flag that address. So anything that comes in from that address. Because think about it, China already has that facial recognition for all their fucking citizens.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Running all the time. And isn't there a social status thing now? So do you think they can't fucking find?
They can
find
scan
you?
every citizen in China within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
They got
There's
God
cameras
eyes.
everywhere, dude.
And for those who say all Asians look alike, think about
That's
how
what I was gonna
crazy
say.
that technology is to be able to do that to billions of Chinese people,
Exactly,
right?
dude.
Yeah.
They can't find a little weed. It's gonna be a shit show if it keeps up. Because you know how right now China and we're the trade wars with China right now in the U.S. Because okay, let's be real here. It's not just fucking Canada
Of course.
citizens going to Hong Kong. It's
Oh.
No way.
U.S., Europe,
Yeah.
Amsterdam for sure, dude. They're probably flagging all those countries right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it's a bad look, dude. I feel bad because it's kind of like affecting other people's like beliefs and shit and like their laws.
Yeah. I don't know. It's crazy, but as it stands, you guys are right. Like people who get caught trafficking that live there anyways, that are citizens, they do get life in prison.
Woo, that
And-
sucks. You do not want to be in a China jail, bro.
And they get like a just over a $500,000 fine, USD. So
It's insane.
you're
Yeah.
done at that
Yeah,
point.
you can't even do shit about that. Unless you're super rich, I guess. But why
Yeah.
would you be bringing weed in the first
Wait,
place?
this is they're seizing. They're talking about actual dry herb, right? So like, I'm sure there's so many carts that go through and they can't even detect shit. Because carts is really tough, man. It's like
Yeah.
carts is tough to. It's kind of like vape
I mean,
shit.
it's kind of funny though, because it's full circle. You
Yeah.
know,
It's
because
already
they
made there.
make
Exactly.
it.
yeah,
You know, and
Yeah,
it gets filled out here, and
Yeah,
then
that is
it gets
fucking funny.
fucking sent back there.
yeah. And people bring it back, and then they're just like, "God damn it,
They're
dude,
like, eh?
fuck." So you can't complain because you technically made money. Yeah.
they actually are the winner of that situation, you know, because
Yeah, the money stays there, right?
yeah, the money stays there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many rich people in China now, millionaires, that they be paying top dollar every time. I'm sure like paying $1,000 for like some weed ain't shit to them, dude. That's like us spending $1 or $10.
Man. But a $500,000 fine though, that's nothing to play with
For
man.
Chinese billionaires.
That's crazy. I mean,
That's like
yeah,
that's
I
like
guess.
that's like a $5,000 like lawyer fee for us. You know what I'm saying?
That's like
Like,
a traffic ticket for us.
Yeah. They're probably like, that's it? That's all you got? I'm gonna keep doing it then. They don't
I
give a
sell
fuck.
30,000 more.
Yeah, China don't give a fuck. I give you extra just so you can fuck off. Hey, I mean, in China though, if you got the money, you could pay motherfuckers off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certain,
Same thing
like,
as Thailand. I think all Asia
corrupt
is corrupted,
for sure.
especially Thailand.
You just don't know. Like, it's a gray
Yeah.
area where people are just
Yeah.
like, they try to not, you know, they just put your blinders on and like ignore it.
Definitely, like the developing countries are like
Hell
that
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. I think it's really interesting too how we talked about in one of our like first episodes about
Episode 2.
about cannabis in Asia.
Yep.
We were asking each other like, what do you think will happen if they don't kind of go with the laws, they don't kind of get with the times and stuff, and it's
happening.
happening already.
We're seeing an example of it right
We'll
now.
have
Yeah.
to see what China does about this because it's not going to stop yet. You can't completely stop it. Drugs are going to get in no matter what the fuck you do.
for sure.
Yeah.
So
it's
I
hard
mean,
because that's one of the main ports too. Because Hong Kong is it's an island, you know.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
So
because you don't sneak shit directly
freight
into
is gonna be
China.
crazy,
People
yeah.
bring it to Hong Kong, from what I hear. People bring it from Hong Kong into China. You don't bring that shit
Yeah.
directly into China.
same thing as like Vietnam and Laos and Thailand and Cambodia. If you can't
Yeah.
get in direct in Thailand, you go Cambodia.
Or Taiwan,
You
right?
go, yeah. So I mean,
I just saw this new thing about my motherland, Taiwan. Is there's these I guess activists, cannabis activists, like they just did this like outdoor, like kind of like peaceful, like I guess it's not really a protest, but like what are
Like
these?
Rally?
gathering.
Like a rally kind of thing for cannabis, and it got completely shut down by the Taiwanese government. They ain't playing. But that's why I'm just shocked because Taiwan is usually very liberal.
They're
and,
very
like,
westernized.
yeah, they're very
Yes.
westernized. So I was just like, damn, that sucks. Because I was like really wanted to go to night market and smoke some weed
Yeah.
within the next 5 years,
Right.
hopefully. But we'll see though. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's time for the eastern side of the world to
Yeah.
start thinking about it at least.
Yeah.
You know,
at
'cause-
least like the other countries, not China. There's no fucking.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Because the more they get behind on this cannabis law, you know, the more problems they're gonna start having.
Yeah.
You know, like Canada is just one example. You know,
Yeah.
once the U.S. legalizes, they're gonna get a fuck ton of shit coming in
yeah.
from the United States.
oh,
and then
yeah.
their citizens
It's
are
gonna
actually
be flooded.
Hey, who knows how many Chinese people actually want to try weed though? They have how many
I'm
billion,
sure
a billion
the,
people?
the users number will be really high. Yeah.
Yeah, so even if you just get 10% of a billion people, that's a lot of fucking weed smokers right there already, dude. So
Like just look at like China's
1.3.
1.3 billion.
Look at China smokers, like cigarette smokers.
Because you know how
Oh,
right now in the
dude.
U.S. 66% is for legalization, supposedly, right?
Mhm.
On the last poll. So if you even get like 10% of China, you're gonna have to start doing some shit. But China will probably make some. They're probably gonna start making some bootleg ass weed,
synthetic.
like fake weed.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the one that
start
mixed with
farming it mass
human-
mass quantities.
Human shit too.
Or they're gonna make
just
fake
talked about-
versions of Cali weed and sling that shit. Who knows?
Hey, this Kush.
Google says there's 350 million Chinese smokers.
Oh my lord.
Exactly.
Cigarette
40%.
smokers.
Yeah.
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 We don't need
40%.
10% of the population. Just need 10% of the smokers.
I think everyone
Yeah.
will chill, relax a little bit out there too.
That's 3 million.
But I think because everyone, you know how like the economy's so fucking good, China don't want that weed shit to like ruin their shit. You know what I'm saying? I feel
Yeah.
it's like this. You know, they're old school. They probably think it's gonna fuck up like people's minds, young people's minds, and they can't do business and like
They
show
can't-
off how strong China is. It's all about China pride. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they can't stop it though. Like, I mean, all the young kids now, there's like all these new rap groups starting to pop up and they're becoming really popular.
Yeah.
And that was like not
China trap.
that was not an okay thing back in the day in
It
China.
was
you know?
underground.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
still a little bit underground, but not as much.
Now
getting
it's
more.
popping, you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
They probably saw Korea and they're
People's
like, oh,
minds are
shit.
changing.
Yeah,
there.
for sure. Thanks
Slowly.
to social media, though.
The
Yeah.
You
internet.
just see everything.
Yeah.
And China is restricted with a shit
Social
ton of
media,
stuff
yeah,
on
yeah,
social
yeah.
media.
All right,
you know?
those
Even
people-
at that point, people still
Let me
go around
rephrase.
it.
The people in China know what's up. Those ones that have VPN.
The kids are smart. Dude.
Yeah.
The kids out there are hella smart.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They have their ways to get the
Dude,
media.
the top 10 ranked in math.
All right. Yeah. Of course. Chinese people are fucking good. Anyways. All right.
So,
Yeah.
that's pretty much it for the Chinese government stuff.
Crazy shit. Yep.
It's pretty nuts. But we want to get into our spoilers.
All right, Sitt. It's time for you to go, bro. All right, so Game of Thrones, man. Game of Thrones. And should we talk about fucking Endgame first? Because since Sitt's ass didn't watch it, bro. Oh my god, dude.
Oh, man.
Where do we even start? All right. So beginning. Start from the beginning. Beginning of Endgame.
Beginning of Endgame. Okay.
The first
I literally was like extra sad as soon as it started. I don't know what it was. Maybe the story.
It was Tony, bro.
Or
Tony
maybe
in space.
it might have been the just the feeling that this is gonna be the last Avengers.
Yeah.
It was
You know,
bittersweet. It was a
fuck.
bittersweet feeling, dude.
Yeah.
Super bittersweet, especially seeing Tony at the beginning like fucking malnourished as fuck. I was like, fuck, that fucking got me, bro.
Yeah.
No, with that scene with Hawkeye, like I don't even like Hawkeye all that much, but like seeing his family just disappear right in front of him.
Dude,
Yeah,
that was
that was
so
pretty
fucking
fucked
sad.
up.
Holy
But
sh-
we saw that coming, right? Because
Yeah.
we kind of saw that coming. So I wasn't like, I felt bad for the guy.
I just turned to my girlfriend. I was like, they're gonna start it like that? What the fuck?
This movie, like, they just take you on a emotional journey.
Yes.
And then like when fucking it was just sad at the beginning, right? When Tony came back though from space, I was like so fucking happy. I was
Oh
like,
yeah, he
fuck.
was so skinny.
when Captain Marvel saved his ass.
Mhm. He looked like he was about to give up. You know?
I honestly didn't think Captain Marvel was gonna save his ass.
Yeah.
I thought they figure out a way to like take all of Nebula's parts and like get some sort of like boost back to Earth, but I guess Captain Marvel was just bam ran into him when. So I got a little bit confused there because it was like, how the fuck she find Tony that fast? Was that when she came to Earth? It's like, let's go kill Thanos, and then she left first to scout, and then she saw Tony first, and then brought him back first, and then went back.
I wouldn't be able to tell you because I didn't actually watch Captain Marvel yet. I will
Yeah, I
watch it
didn't
though.
either.
I'm pretty sure that gets answered.
No, but it doesn't get answered.
No?
No,
I feel like that would be
that
the-
doesn't get answered. I think they just skip because you know how a lot of parts they kind of skip, and you're just like, oh shit, like they're like this now or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
you know what I'm saying? They
Captain
kinda, like-
Marvel, she like miraculously showed up a few times in
Yeah.
that movie, just out of nowhere. Like you didn't know where the fuck she was, what she was doing. and
I
she
wish
just popped
Doctor
up
Strange
right at that moment.
was more prevalent in that movie.
For sure.
Because he
For
was,
sure,
he was
dude.
kind of like, he fucking did a lot of the shit.
No, he
Yeah.
did work. I mean,
He did
you just
most of
didn't
the
see
work.
it because like he prepared all of them when they were on the other
I
side.
just wanted to see more screen time
True,
for
yeah,
him. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Because he was gathering all the people in the soul world, obviously, right?
They
Right.
should have shown that part when they
Yeah.
were all in the
But I think
soul
they
world.
didn't want to show you that because then you don't like you're prepping for them to come back. They wanted to just
like it would be the
surprise motherfucker.
Yeah, yeah,
Like when
that shock factor.
Falcon was like, Captain on your left, I was like, oh fuck, dude, that got me. Because it was like when
he was
Cap
like
was running back then when he was like on to your left, I was like, fuck, that.
he
fucking
kept
got me,
lapping
dude.
him. That was
Yeah, he
hilarious.
lapped the shit out of him. So I was like, damn, that part got me real good. And when they all came back, that was probably my favorite part of the movie when they all came back, and I was like,
Yeah.
fuck. When Cap got the hammer, I was
Dude, that was
like, fuck, dude. It was like,
that was hard.
yeah. Damn, you won't see Tony or Cap, dude. That's why I was like, fuck, so sad.
So here's what I'm thinking though, because I heard it on the internet, is
Yeah.
that maybe Tony, you know how he prepared kind of like a hologram of himself talking and stuff?
Yeah.
Maybe he also prepared an AI version of himself.
Like a Jarvis.
Yeah, like a Jarvis that will be
Oh,
in
yeah.
his future iterations of the Iron Man
Yeah.
suit.
It's possible. Who
That'd be
knows?
cool.
Because then
And he has a daughter. Maybe
yeah.
she could
Morgan.
be
Yeah.
she could
Yeah.
be Ironheart, which
I-
they have a comic for.
And
That would be
he became an
super
AI
sick.
in one of the comics too. So I feel like if they were to do that, they would be he could probably pre-record it if they have like an idea of how the story is. He could probably just pre-record his voice. And but then I feel like if they do that, everyone's just be like, wow, they couldn't afford Tony. I call him Tony Stark because he's the same guy. Robert Downey Jr. anymore. Because he's getting like 50+ million a movie.
Hell
They're probably
yeah,
like,
dude.
all right, how much for just your voice? 20 million? All right, we'll take that. You know what I'm saying?
They were bargaining.
But I am gonna miss Cap though. Fuck, dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
The biggest surprise though was fucking Black Widow dying. I was like, oh shit.
Oh, I really
saying?
thought it was gonna be Hawkeye, dude.
I really thought it was
Yeah.
gonna be Hawkeye. But if you had to choose Hawkeye or Black Widow, I think I would.
I mean, I like Black Widow.
But I love Hawkeye after after this movie though.
True. He was more ninja.
He got
than-
sick ass full sleeve now
Yeah.
and some sick hair. You know, I was like, hell yeah, dude.
I didn't like him on the previous Avengers just because I thought he was kind of useless.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one he was way more useful. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
How did you guys feel about the Cap thing where he like didn't come back through when he was supposed to?
I kind of saw it. I was happy for him, but I was sad that we won't see him anymore. It's kind of like when that feeling you get is like when your friend gets married, like, fuck, you know you're not gonna see him anymore, but you're happy for him. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? When people get married and shit, that's how I felt with Cap. Like he was one of my friends, and then he just left. But I knew it was for the better for his life, so I was like,
Yeah.
I wasn't mad at it. Yeah.
Hey man, he got the best of both worlds.
But look, can we just say the MVP of that movie was that rat in Ant-Man's car? The rat.
oh yeah, dude.
Let's be real. If that rat didn't come out and step on that fucking button,
They wouldn't be
they
able
would
to
still
time
be,
travel.
They would just be fucking sad the whole still.
Yeah.
Everyone would be dead.
There would be no time travel.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah. It's hard to talk about this movie still because it's only been a few days.
Yeah.
And like my mind is still like trying to unscramble this giant puzzle of the
Yeah.
fucking MCU right now that I'm trying to like, because I like to know the extra shit. Like I love looking at Easter egg videos and shit like that.
Yeah, like the lore
Yeah, like
behind
shit
everything.
you missed it. Yeah, especially the lore, especially with Game of Thrones stuff. Game
Yeah.
of Thrones lore. Let's get into that.
Yeah, let's get into that real quick because we're running out of time.
Oh my God, episode 3, bro.
Not
Fuck.
today.
An hour 10, I believe. An hour 10.
Yeah. Of just pure fighting, like honestly.
Dude, yeah.
What
It
was your
like an
biggest?
hour
Okay,
plus.
besides Arya killing Night King, what was another big surprise for you?
Oh
Man.
man. Oh, there's so freaking much.
that dude with the flaming sword, finding out that his fate was to save Aya.
Oh yeah, Barrack, right?
Yeah, because they always talk about it. Like, why do you keep reviving?
Yeah, I always figured what the fuck was his like arc. What his arc?
What's your purpose? And then we find out that episode, and it's like,
He's the Hodor for Arya.
yeah, dude.
It's
Oh,
basically,
fuck.
you know, that got me when he was just like holding himself up and just like taking the fucking bites and the stabbings. You remember that
Yeah,
shit?
oh,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
fuck, dude.
Yeah.
He fucking
You
took
can't
that
hate
like
on
a
that.
champ, dude.
And when Sojora died, I was like, fuck. Yeah. He was the most loyal.
Oh my
you
that
know what I'm
one's
saying?
expected for sure, though.
Yeah, but he went out like a fucking boss. He's been
Yeah,
around
yeah.
since the beginning. So,
Mhm.
I mean,
True.
he died how he wanted to die, giving his life up for Dany.
pretty
Yeah.
much.
Daenerys.
Yeah, that was pretty badass.
And
dude.
I was surprised how much fucking action Dany got. Like, she was just fucking kicking ass,
Yeah.
dude. Doing dragon work and then with Jorah at the end fucking fighting off all the fucking White Walkers.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
I'm-
But, yeah.
I was surprised by how many people they kind of left you in the dark on. You don't know if they died or not.
I like that.
A grip of people you know for sure got taken out,
Yeah.
but like a
The
couple
wolf-
of the deaths were really, really like quick, so you don't know if they're
Right,
gone
yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
And the wolf and the dragon, before you saw the preview, the wolf and the dragon, right?
Yeah.
You didn't know. One of the dragons, you didn't know if they were still alive because it was the one that got swarmed by zombies and he flew like. And then
Oh,
John, you
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
You don't see what the fuck happened to him? Like, did he get?
Like, I don't know where John's dragon is. We know
Yeah.
where Daenerys is.
Yeah. So John, I think they both come back is what I saw in the preview.
Yeah. And then
But I wanted
Brienne, we don't know
Yeah.
if Brienne died or not. Like she got piled on, but we don't know
Oh,
if she like
yeah.
straight up died.
Can we say I saw the episode 4 and did you see the clip? I didn't see the whole episode. You didn't see the preview?
Nah, not
They
yet.
always show the preview. I don't know if you want to know or not. because
I don't
the
think I
preview
watched
is
it.
out.
Fuck.
I watched the preview. But you guys want to know?
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean,
don't give a
Brienne's
shit.
alive.
Okay, cool.
Brienne and
see.
Jamie are alive.
But
See,
there's
there you go.
I felt like I honestly thought Brienne was gonna die saving Jamie
For
the
sure.
love of her life.
Mhm.
But I guess her story is unfinished, dude.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So there's a lot.
What
of
if
shit going on
Brienne
still.
gets with Jamie? They go to fucking King's Landing. Jamie sees Cersei with Euron, and he's like, "Oh, so you fucking him now, huh? What? You forgot about your brother?" And then this is my prediction. All right, so I think Arya's gonna die, trying to finish her list,
Right.
and then I think Jamie kills Cersei to finish the prophecy. I think Dany dies giving birth maybe to Jon Snow's baby, possibly. I think Jon takes the throne. I think Tyrion's gonna betray Dany and die also. That's my predictions.
You think Tyrion's gonna betray Dany?
I feel like he is because like how he is, I have a feeling he's gonna last second betray Dany.
side with Sansa? Because him
No,
and
no, but
Sansa are kind of like
like completely
palling around
betray
her.
the whole side and go to Cersei.
No way.
Nah,
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
He
Alright,
hates Cersei, dude.
No way.
But he always has a weak spot for Cersei. Anytime he could have killed her ass or like he kind of like fucked up or his plan was shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's my prediction. Give me your prediction.
That's fair.
What is your prediction?
I think Tyrion was just being hopeful that that maybe his sister
wasn't a bitch.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, she's the Mad Queen now.
Yeah. And then I think now he's realizing that okay, she's definitely not something to have hope for.
Hell no.
And
if he sees her with Euron, because I see Jaime killing Cersei because he's the Kingslayer of the Mad King, so she's the Mad Queen now.
Right.
She'll be the Queen Slayer, but could be wrong. Could be Jaime killing Dany and completely it could throw us the fuck off. And what do you guys think, Bran? That fucking guy did not do shit, bro. The whole time he was just sitting there like fucking on ecstasy, just in his chair in in the forest, just like.
I saw this video.
Fuck,
you know when he fucking rolls his eyes?
Yeah.
He rolled his eyes and then they started playing Endgame.
Wow.
Because then they're saying that he went to go watch Endgame.
Yeah, that's probably what he was doing the whole time. He's like what the fuck was? Okay, so did he morgue the whole time just so he could get the Night King to come to his location, right? So he was in the Ravens, so he can give.
That's what I'm told.
That's what I'm thinking.
But I thought the Night King already knew where he was because of the mark that he left on his arm. Right.
The Night King didn't come till he got into the Ravens, though. So I don't know. We don't know. We don't know. But what the fuck? He's gotta do something though on the next one. Like, literally, I want a 116 with Bran and just like kick ass or do something crazy and just like satisfy the Bran. Hodor did all that shit for you. You're just gonna sit there all day. You should have fucking died, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck. I thought Bran was gonna die too. To be honest, I really thought he was gonna die.
Yeah.
But yeah.
True that.
Can't wait for episode 4, guys.
Oh man, I know. Oh, it's so close.
How many more days? Like a few more days. By the time everyone sees this podcast, it'll be out.
Yeah.
True.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Give us your theories comment your theories
on how it's gonna end.
Yeah. We want to know. Or you think we're fucking wrong.
Who's gonna take the throne?
Yeah. Call us out. We want you guys to call us out if we're fucking wrong.
Absolutely. And that's going to wrap it up for this episode of the 8th Hour. So thank you for joining us. And don't forget to follow us on social media at No Days Off Media and No Days Off with a V instead of an A on Instagram. Thanks for watching.